Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Reese with House of Reps. Today we're going to talk about my Space Ghost project. Just started it this year, so not too many results, but we do got some babies to show. So without further ado, we're going to get into that, show you the beginning of the parents and all the babies, and what I'm going to add to the project for next year. So before we get into that, I'm going to just explain some of the genes that I'm working with for those that don't know. So Ghost is a dominant gene. Albey Snow is also a dominant gene that was line bred. So we got two dominants and then a recessive cipher. So you need two copies of cipher to hit a visual, and that's what we were trying to prove with some of these pairings, is to hit a cipher visual with the two dominant genes added. So unfortunately we didn't hit that, but we're still going to look at the babies and see how it turned out.
Alright guys, here we have an Albey Snow Extreme Bold 66% possible head cipher. This is the female that I used to start the project. The idea was to make Albey Snow Ghost bold ciphers. So this one isn't showing like the brightest of the whites, so it's not showing like the best snow example, but nonetheless it is a snow, and the babies surprisingly are holding a lot better snow look than the mom, but we'll get into the baby soon. So this is the female. I'm going to show the male in just a second. Alright, this is the male that I used to start the project, and he is a Tangerine Ghost 66 possible head cipher, produced by Miss Linda Mundy over at Little Haven's Master Treasures. I messed that all up, but Master Haven's Little Treasures. But yeah, so just a ghost, nothing crazy to look at, you know what I mean. Ghost is hypo pretty much, and usually brings out a lot of greens and stuff compared to what it's, or depending on what you cross it to. So when you cross these with snows, typically you'll get a whiter outcome, a better looking visual outcome. So I wanted to make Albey Snow Ghost stuff, and it's just a bonus that cipher was in there. So definitely gonna try and hit Albey Snow Ghost ciphers. That is the whole point of the project, and the extreme bold is just gonna help keep the pattern and boldness, because cipher apparently it doesn't hold bold as much, and so I know a group of guys that are trying to keep the bold in there, and I'm gonna help as much as I can with the extreme bold stuff. So the babies came out pretty dope compared to what the parents look like, because if you ask me, the parents didn't look like much. Honestly, I wasn't expecting much from this pairing. Like I said, he's pretty plain, just hypoed out. That's what the ghost does, and then crossing it with the snow, we're gonna get those brighter whites. Alright, so here we have the parents together, just so you can see what they look like side by side. We see how, you know, hypoed out this guy is, how much pattern she has going on. So the babies, wasn't really expecting too much craziness to honestly pop out. It was more so just wanting to cross these genes together and see what happens. But I am very surprised at what the babies came out. They're very cool, super dope. So we're gonna check those out. Alright, so the first baby we're going to check out from these guys is this Ghost possible head cipher. And we know it's Ghost because you could tell it's hypoing out. You can see some cool little contrast of like some darker yellow and some lighter yellow. But eventually this is probably going to green up and then kind of look like dad after. But this is a female. I'm probably going to run back to one of the males, make some F2s, and this is also one of the last babies from that pairing as well that hatched, so it's a lot younger, still has lots of time to develop more. Alright, so here we have another female. I guess I'm going to show you guys all the females first. And this is just an Albey Snow with some extreme bold influence still going on, extreme bold lineage. and it's a possible het cipher. And she's gonna be definitely sticking around. I have some dope males I'm gonna run back to her to keep the project going. But this one, hopefully the yellow will fade out a little bit more and we'll keep those whites. And then when we run her back to one of the males, we'll get a better looking snow on the next one. But this here we have another Albey snow, extreme bold cross female, possible het cipher from the pairing. And she looks just like the other female, except her second band across breaks up into those two little circles. They both kind of keep that little vest looking droopy pattern from the neck down to the shoulder. But again, a little bit of yellow coming through, still hatched black and white, so we know it's a snow. But now I have 2 or 3 females I can use for the project with a couple good males. So starting off, this is what we got. And with any project, anything you're doing, you're going to start off, you know, with not the best stuff and kind of work your way up. And so just kind of working with what you got. But look at that head stamp, the waviness. A lot of the males are keeping that too. So very strong, bold influence, extreme bold influence on the rest of the males coming through. I'm going to show you. So, alright, so now we're going to get into the male Albey snows. And this dude right here has lots of extreme bold influence, as you can see, from the head all the way down the body. And again, this wavy head pattern that they have going on, super cool right here. Also, really lots of pattern on that nose as well. So this guy is going to keep going with the project. With a project like this, guys, you got to kind of keep everything back and see how everything develops and turns out, so you can, you know, push the project forward. So this male right here is definitely going to be one of them. Alright, now this male right here obviously looks a lot different, looks more like the dad. So this one is an Albey snow ghost. It looks a lot like that first one we also showed that was also just ghost. But that's why it's important to note when these guys hatch what they look like. And when this guy hatched, he was black and white. And we know he's ghost because the hypoing out that's going on, it's turning greenish and then it's fading away. Still keeping some of the lavender, kind of like the mom a little bit. But this male right here is a good example, a different phenotype, because I have another male I'm going to show you. Same Albey snow ghost, same mom and dad, but completely different looking than this guy. So this guy took after dad, but I believe the second one took more after mom, but they're both Albey snow ghost. So this guy's definitely sticking around since he holds 2 of the genetics that I want. Possible het cipher. So he's going to go back to one of those females and see if we can still prove out cipher on this project. Now this dude right here is another male, and he is definitely going to be the star of the project moving forward. He is another Albey snow ghost. Remember, I was just saying that it had a different phenotype. So again, this Albey snow ghost, we hit 2 dominants in 1, but it looks different from the last one we just showed. So this one is showing more white, more snow look, still having the pattern and bold on there, but it's also ghost. We see the little greens coming in and the yellows coming in. Hopefully they wash out more. This guy's been going through different phases of like washing out, coloring up, washing out. So it's going to be real interesting to see what he looks like when he's fully grown. But he's definitely going to be the main star pushing the project forward. So trying to hit those Albey snow ghost ciphers. Alright, so this is the last one from the project. This is just a Albey snow extreme bold cross, non-ghost, still possible het cipher. It's probably the better snow example from this project besides the ghost one, and takes after mom a lot. If you saw her from the beginning of the video, except he has more lavender siding versus mom's bands. She had lavender bands coming through. And this one just has these like 4 circles on the side, 4 little spots of pattern. But another snow, again hatched black and white. Because of that extreme bold, they're going to develop a little bit more yellows. And these guys are spunky today. This guy just finished shedding, so you're looking at him fresh right now. But yeah, so this is the project. Albey Snow Ghost with extreme bold in there, or ciphers. Didn't prove out the cipher this year, but again, we're going to try again for next year. See if we can accomplish that. Alright guys, so this one here I didn't produce myself, but will be adding to the project. It is a Halloween mask het cipher that I picked up at the 2025 Daytona show down in Florida from a good friend of mine, Josiah, at Leo's Only. He produces some really dope geckos. Got a couple from him before. And yeah, so really excited to add this girl to the project. She will be going to one of the Albey Snow Ghost het males, just to add more bold lineage in there. I've never actually worked with Halloween masks, so kind of excited to add that in as well. But yeah, super cool looking gecko. Gonna add some more bold lineage to the project, and we'll see what happens next season.
Alright guys, so thank you for sticking around for that, checking out the project. Go ahead in the comments, like, share, subscribe, ask questions again. Let me know your thoughts, and thanks for watching. See you next time.